Good morning, folks. We're back out of Dad's and I'm doing a really quick, this one's going to be a short video for a Tuesday, but a quick update on this little Coleman patio lamp that was in the video last week. I mentioned in the video last week that there were some people 3D printing adapters to make a smaller butane canister fit in there, because these original Coleman butane canisters are like hen's teeth, and I paid a lot of money to get two of these, more than I paid for the lanterns when I bought them. But I wanted to try it out, and after I had it here, I decided that I could compare them and make sure the tops, everything was exactly the same, and they are. So I decided to try to make an adapter. I know people 3D print them, but I don't have a 3D printer, and I like to fix things myself. So I ended up looking around and trying to find something to build my own spacer, and when I was out in my garage just digging through stuff out there, I found this. And this little cap, this is a cap off of, like, some of the old Coleman fuel cans had this same cap. This is a Gibson fuel cap, or fuel can, has that exact same cap. This cap came off of an acetone can that I had at home, and I got this and got measuring, and I'll get this down a little farther here. I was measuring them and it was a little bit too tall, but I realized that also on the inside of here there's a little ring in there that is not gonna actually, I don't know, it's hard to see, but there's a little raised up ring in there, and the edges of this are gonna fall down over that ring just a little bit and drop that can back down. So I was measuring and I came up with the fact that these are exactly the same height, minus the difference of that little ring in there that this can would be sitting right on top of, and this spacer will drop down over the outside edge of. It puts them at exactly the same height. And I also found out that when it's this way, it sets right on top of there. When it's this way, it sets down in there and drops down another 3/8 of an inch or so. And that is enough so that when you're storing the lantern, this is not pushed up in there, and then you're not just counting on the seal in the lantern to keep from leaking your fuel down. So when you're not using it, you can pop the bottom off, flip this over upside down, drop the can back in there, and it sits down low enough that it's just sitting in there making no connection, so you won't leak out your fuel. So I wanted to show that. It's something lots of people that have lots of Colemans have an old can somewhere sitting around that's got this style of cap on it, or like I said, this is off of an acetone can. There's lots of cans that have these exact same kinds of caps on them.
And that cap is made so if you want to unscrew, there's a metal cap inside this that goes on the can. Then you just squeeze this to make traction.
Yeah.
So you can get that cap on.
There's actually a metal cap inside that cap. So even if you take this off of an old can or whatever, actually that'll probably, I'm not gonna risk breaking it, but that will usually pop right out of there, and then you can still use your metal cap back on your can, because a lot of people used to take these off and just throw them away because they didn't like the child-proof or whatever cans, safety cans.
Yeah, safety thing.
So there you go. You drop it down in there. If you've got it setting like a dish, then this won't make any connection and you can't leak out any of your fuel. If you flip it over and put it that way, and then you gotta get it lined right up in there. threads don't catch perfect every time. There you go. Line right up in there, thread that together, and put the fuel on. Hit the igniter and she lights right up. I've burned it for a few hours in the evening a couple different times now off of this one little butane cylinder, and it's still going. So I just wanted to make a real short little update video on the Coleman butane patio lantern to show you that if you don't have a 3D printer or someone that does, but have an old can laying around somewhere, you can make your own adapter to run these little lanterns off of the new, let's see, the new ones are 75 milliliter or 2.5 fluid ounce butane cylinders that you can get. I'm sure they probably have them at like Walmart or something. I just ordered them off Amazon, but easy to get, much cheaper than trying to find an original one. And then you can use your old Coleman patio lantern, even though they are more of a novelty than anything else. So that's it for this little short video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Come on back next week. We'll have a video of something here for you to watch.